lost inside. Saw you in a place you can't belong, but you seem to be in that space of your mind now. Teach your heart now.
Hi, I'm Maddy Herbert. I'm from Velvet Bloom. I'm from the Mornington Peninsula.
Can you give me a little bit of an insight into how Velvet Bloom began?
So Velvet Bloom originally started as a band called Bloom, and we kind of started evolving our music and sound. So we then changed the name once we got a new guitarist, and then we got Yara, our backing vocalist, and it came to fruition from that.
Yeah, awesome. And how about personally? What's been your sort of journey with music?
So my mum put me into singing lessons when I was like 5 because I really enjoyed singing, and then I did it all through primary school, and then started doing training for like theatre and stuff. And then I wasn't really into the acting side of things, so I transitioned to more just performance in terms of music. And then I started playing guitar, had a few lessons, but then kind of ended up just teaching myself.
Yeah.
And I started writing when I was probably in year 10 or 11, and then I released the first song just to Bandcamp when I was maybe 18.
And then since then it's just sort of been a snowball till now, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of just been a lot of learning because I've never had management or anything. I kind of do everything myself. So that's the side of things that I think is a lot harder and a lot of artists struggle with. But it's really interesting once you start to learn, and I'm lucky enough to have a lot of people around me who have helped to teach me everything in terms of management.
Cool. Are there any people that stand out for you to take note on that's been really helpful in that sense?
Oh, totally. There's actually so many people. At the moment, I'm lucky enough to be mentored by Kylie Auldist.
Cool.
She's incredible. She's the lead singer of the Bamboos, and she has her own solo project. So I've joined the MIME mentoring program through Box Hill Institute. And they got me onto Kylie, which was awesome. Benny Russer, he owns Colour Club. He's definitely the reason that I am into the Melbourne music scene now. Like, he got me a job at the Nightcat in Fitzroy.
So have there been anyone locally, music-wise, that's really influenced you?
Yeah, totally. I'm lucky enough to have a whole community of like friends who are in music. You interviewed Teenage Dads last week, and we've been lucky enough to work with the Grogans a lot as well. They've been really great. I mean, when I started booking at the Nightcat, I found like so many more artists that I didn't know existed, like Lara Prokop, she's absolutely incredible, and Yara, my backing vocalist, is really great. I co-run a charity organisation called Flow Creative, and we found like a whole heap of artists and filtered them through to my shows through that as well.
Yeah. How about in a broader sense, what artists have influenced your music in particular?
Yeah, so I guess I grew up listening to a lot of Amy Winehouse and Ella Fitzgerald, and Norah Jones, and then I guess more recent, I love Palm and Jaala, but as of the past isolation, I guess I've been listening to a lot of Elliot and Kate.
Now, I'm interested in your songwriting and creative process, so getting a song from start to finish. How do you find your songs beginning, and what are the first few steps that you take when you're writing a song?
I am lucky enough that I don't have to ever sit down and go, I'm going to write a song now. They kind of just fall out of my head. So, I don't know. The process is always different. It kind of depends on what comes first. But I mean, standard would probably be I'll be thinking of a melody or something when I'm driving, and then from the melody, I guess I'll match lyrics to the melody, and then put some chords to it, and then bring it to the band, and then it will evolve from there.
And with that band process, is that a really collaborative time?
Kind of depends on the song. Sometimes it is super collaborative, and like when we're on tour and when we wrote standards, I'd brought that to the band, and then my guitarist like changed the chords, made them incredible, and then my drummer and bassist like got super involved as well. So that was really awesome. But for other songs, it's more direction.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. It's different. It depends on the track. Usually, there's a pretty strong vision of what the song's going to be like.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And have you had a favorite track or project that you've worked on so far?
Studio time's always so much fun. Prior to our single that's coming out next, which is called 725. We've always kind of like hired a studio for the day, gone into the studio, recorded, gotten it mixed, and then mastered, and then it's out. But in saying that, our next song was recorded over, maybe 6 different sessions with Quinn Grundon from the Grogans, and that was so much fun. Like, we had such a good time doing that, just because we were able to really refine it and add all the elements that we wanted into it. And yeah, it was really great. That was really fun.
So I'm interested in your life in lockdown and how that's been for Velvet Bloom. So has that been helpful for you, or has it been sort of difficult?
Well, lockdown's been challenging, I think, is probably the best word. We haven't really been able to jam, obviously, with restrictions and stuff. I'm still writing heaps, so I mean, it's been an incredible time for writing. But in saying that, like, there isn't a lot of inspiration, so you're kind of writing about not the same thing, but like very similar things, I guess. It's it's really strange going from gigging all the time and, being out in the music industry and hustling for whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's been good, and it has been challenging in some other ways. Like, we were lucky enough to do some really great live streams, and we were lucky enough to have really incredible production crews involved with that. So that was awesome, and that's like video content, and that's something that you can have forever, I guess.
So this new song that's coming out, it's called 725, is that right?
Yes, it's 725. That's actually been really great in isolation as well. Like, I've really been able to work on the single release as well. It's coming out on a compilation album with some other really incredible bands. So that'll be out in like late September, early October. We're just like finalizing the dates now, but yeah, I'm so excited for that song.
And have you got any other releases after that one, or is it sort of you go back into work mode after that?
Like, we were planning on recording after the first lockdown, but kind of everything shut pretty quickly again. We've got a lot of music to record, and we know what we want on our EP, but we've just got to actually get it done.
Yeah, awesome.
And teach it to be a fake.